Welcome to Baugan Inglés 4.0, the radio show with Kyle Miller. Following class by class, step by step, the material of Baugan Inglés 4.0 on Aprende Inglés TV. Class 76. Let's go! Beginner. Okay, yes, welcome to Class 76. Yesterday we were talking about something important, something interesting. Well, in the last class, I should say. Not yesterday, but we were talking about both, ambos, both and all. And I said, who lives in Madrid, Richard or David? Both of them. Ambos, o los dos, both. Both of them live in Madrid. Both of them. And then when we say, with three or more people, we say all. All of them. So who lives in Madrid? Richard, David, or Fitz? All of them. All of them live in Madrid. Right? All of them. Los tres. The three of them, or all of them. Okay? So we say all for todos or todas, and we say for ambos, ambas, we say both, both. So who speaks English? You? Well, you speak English now, don't you? Who speaks English, you or me? Both of us. Both of us, de nosotros. Both of us speak English. Who speaks English, me or Layla? Both of us speak English. Who works for Vaughan Systems, Alberto or Richard Brown? Both of them, ellos, both of them work for Vaughan Systems. Who is a musician? Keith Richards, Bruce Springsteen, or Madonna? All of them. All of them are musicians. All of them are musicians. Plural, so all of them are musicians. Who lives in Spain? You or me? Both of us. Both of us live in Spain. Who is Spanish? Nadal or Alonso? Both of them. Both of them. Ambos de ellos. Both of them. Okay? So, we have this word order as well. Both of them. We can't say the both or anything like that. No. Both of them. Both of them are Spanish. Who is Canadian? Me or Carly? Carly or I? Both of us are Canadian. Yes. Who's English? David or Richard Brown? Both of them are English. Who's English? Richard Brown or Gordon Brown? Both of them are English. Who's American? Richard Vaughn or Layla? Both of them are American. Okay? Who's American? Barack Obama, Richard Vaughn, or Alberto Alonso? The three amigos. They are, all of them are American. Okay? Now we can practice translation list 16, which we saw yesterday, but very important to review with our translation list. Okay? So let's do it. Translation. Yes, it is time for translation list 16. So remember, reading out loud, or repeating out loud, I should say, en voz alta, repeating out loud, always. Number 1, tus respuestas son correctas. At home, out loud. Your answers are correct. Very good. Your answers are correct. Number 2, mis planes no son definitivos. My plans aren't final. My plans aren't final. Definitivos, final. We have a word in English, definitive, also, but final. We can say here, final. My plans, mis planes, my plans aren't final. Estas cifras son erróneas. These figures are wrong. These figures are wrong. Number 4. Estás equivocado. You're wrong. You're wrong. To be wrong. You are. Contraction. You're wrong. Tienes razón. You're right. You're right. Very good. Number 6. ¿Qué son estos? What are these? What are these? Estos. These. What are these? Number 7. ¿Qué son aquellos? What are those? What are those? Que están lejos, eh? ¿Qué son aquellos? What are those? Number 8. Estos son fáciles. These are easy. These are easy. Number 9. Aquellos son difíciles. Those are difficult. Those are difficult. Number 10. Están conmigo. They're with me. Están conmigo. They're with me. Number 11. No están en el ejército. They aren't in the army. They aren't. They are not. Se puede decir they're not. O también they're not o they aren't. Hay dos maneras de hacer esa contracción. They aren't, they're not. They are not, pero siempre con la contracción, they're not in the army. Or they aren't in the army. ¿Dónde están entonces? Where are they then? Where are they then? All right, very good. Very good. I hope you got them all right. This is a review, so make sure you're practicing at home, and you can also follow the sentences on the television, and then follow along at home and try to get them all right. Okay. Word of the day. Yes, it is time for our word of the day. The word of the day today is, son 4 palabras en inglés. May I speak to... It's a little sentence, a little phrase here. May I speak to, que es, puedo hablar con. Puedo hablar con. May I speak to. So this is very important for the telephone. When you call someone on the telephone, may I speak to John? Excuse me. May I speak to John? Hello. Well, on the telephone, you would say hello. Hello, may I speak to Alberto? May I speak to Richard? May I speak to Leila? May I speak? Now, not speak. No, may I speak. May I speak. We're linking the sounds. May I speak to David? May I speak to Carly? May I speak to Natasha? May I speak to Hannah, please? Sure. Okay. Good. Now here we are moving on to Class 76. And here in Class 76, we have the exact opposite of both and all, which we looked at, we just reviewed about 6 minutes ago. But now the opposite here is neither and none. So when we said both of us, so who is Canadian, me or Carly? Carly from the television. Who is Canadian, me or Carly? Both of us are Canadian. Neither of us are Bulgarian. Neither of us are Bulgarian. Okay? So, neither, ninguno de los dos. Neither of us are Bulgarian. Neither of us are Irish. Both of us are Canadian. Okay? And American, well, if we have Alberto and Hannah Cho is American, and Alberto Alonso, he is American. Both of them are American. Neither of them are Canadian. Both of them are American. Neither of them are French. Both of them are teachers. Neither of them are police officers. Okay? Both of them live in Spain. Neither of them live in Germany. Neither of them. Okay? And then, ninguno in the sense of more than two, three or more. If I say, who is French? The president of Spain? Alberto Alonso or me? None. Okay? None of us, because I'm in the group. So I will say none of us are French. None of us. Okay? So who is an English teacher? Me, Alberto, or Richard Vaughn? All of us are English teachers. None of us are police officers. All of us are English teachers. Okay? Now I want you to pay attention to the pronunciation here of the word none. None. Pronunciation. What? Yes, the pronunciation is important for the word none. It's almost, and it says in your student guide, N-A-A-N, nan. N-A-A-N, none. It's not nun or known, but none. None. Okay? None of us are Chinese. Okay? So who's German, you or your mother? Neither of you are German. Who speaks Japanese? You, me, or Alberto? None of us. None of us, because I'm in the group, and you're in the group too. None of us speak Japanese. Who lives in France? Me or David Beckham? Neither of us. Neither of us live in France. Who eats lobster? Lobster, langosta. Every day. Layla or Fitz? Neither of them. Neither of them eat lobster every day. Okay? So this is explained very well in your student guide here in class 76. Okay? But what you have to remember, it's the opposite of both and all. We have neither and none. Okay? Very good. So at home, just a few more examples. Who is Chinese? Me or my brother? Now, en voz alta, out loud. Neither of you. At home, hay que decir you, porque estoy hablando de yo y mi hermano. Neither of you are Chinese. Okay? Who drives race cars? Alberto, Layla, or David? None of them. Okay? En voz alta. Out loud with me. None of them. None of them. Okay? And remember, I'm saying them. I'm sticking my tongue out. Them. I'm not saying dem, but them. None of them drive race cars. Okay. Very good. Vocabulary of the day. Yes, it is time for the vocabulary of the day. That's right, our 5 words of vocabulary. The first word today is edad, which is age. That's right, age. What is your age? We say, how old are you? And you determine to ask for the age. Age, A-G-E. Lo antes posible. as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Lo antes posible. When do you want it done? I want it done as soon as possible. Ayudante. Assistant. Very good. Assistant. Espalda. Back. Back. Tranquilo. Calm. 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 Very good. Okay. There we have our 5 words of vocabulary. Very good. Now, what do you do? Well, I work as an English teacher. So here we are talking about professions. So when we're asking for a profession, we say, what do you do? What do you do? What does your mother do? What does your father do? What does your sister do? What does he do? What do they do? What does Fitz do? He works as an English teacher. He works as an English teacher. I work as an English teacher. I don't work as a firefighter. I work as an English teacher. What does Zapatero do? He works as a politician. He works as a politician. The president. What does Beckham do? Well, he is a football player. He works as a football player. He is a football player. Okay, I can say, what do you do? Well, I'm a teacher. I work as a teacher, or I'm a teacher. What does Tom Cruise do? He works as an actor. Pregúntame, ask me what my brother does. Kyle, what does your brother do? My brother works as an engineer. My brother, he works as an engineer. He doesn't work as an English teacher. He works as an engineer. Ask me what I do. Kyle, what do you do? I work as an English teacher. I'm an English teacher. I'm not an engineer. I'm an English teacher. What does Madonna do? She works as a singer. She's a singer. She's a performer and a singer. Okay? No problem. What do you do? What do you do? I'm sure you do a lot of things. I'm sure there are a lot of people with a lot of different professions listening right now. What do you do? So that's how we ask that question. What do you do? We're asking for your profession, for your job. Okay? Good. We are out of time, so I'm going to leave you for today. But I'll be back in a few minutes with the intermediate class. But please, keep listening. Keep exposing yourself to the language. And I'll be back again with more of the beginner class tomorrow at the same time. See you then. Bye-bye.